You know, every person that makes his or her way to Israel, they have their story of their journey. And it is very, very unique. And I know that there are many people here that have been supporting Aliyah, the repatriation to Israel. Organizations like the Christians for Israel, or Bridges for Peace, or the Christian Embassy. We have the leaders here. I want to ask you for all of you who support and stand for the Aliyah, to stand up, all the leaders of the organizations that have been supporting Aliyah. Becky Bremer, Jack van der Taak, Paul Petrie, the Christian Embassy, Jürgen Bühler, Peter Vosu, Cornelius Kant, and Pastor Young from Korea, South Korea. Thank you so much. We are in awe because this is something that is a huge challenge, as I said earlier, to be uprooted and to be into a new land. So now I would like to ask Rabbi Yehuda Glick, come, short message, the prayer. You know, we are in a prayer breakfast, right? And we talk about prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. So I was told not to give my mic, so what should I do now?
Don't worry. So. Listen, nobody can shut me up. If you take away your mic, don't worry. Wow. Everybody asleep. Is everybody? Good morning. Shalom. Before I begin, I heard that Tatiana is running to meetings in the Knesset. And I want to say just a few words. When Albert told me that in this Knesset, Tatiana is going to be the one leading the prayer breakfast lobby, I was so excited, and I want to tell you why. I never told you this. As many of you people know here, I joined to one of Israel's greatest leaders, visionaries, scholars, my wife, Hadass, dealing with orphans and widows. And our holiday, our major holiday is Hanukkah. We give out presents to families of orphans and widows all over the country, from way up north, Metula, all the way to Eilat. And we have volunteers. And we wanted that also the members of Knesset should volunteer giving out packages. And I went and knocked, and many of the Knesset members are really very, 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 I would say, skilled in developing excuses why not. They're really talented. The one first member of Knesset who said to me, yes, please give me as many packages as you can. She knocked on doors in the city of Carmiel up north, and she didn't even say, I'm a member of Knesset. She knocked on the door, and she brought the present, and then afterwards she says, a member of Knesset, was Tatiana Madarsky. She went around to families of widows and orphans in her city, bringing the children packages of light, packages of sweetness, packages of, and she did it with a complete heart. So thank you so much, Tatiana. And I also want to say, I admire you and I have pity on you. I once told God that in the next round, I want to skip the MK business. I want to be right away a former MK. Because an MK has the responsibility always running, always busy. A former MK has the honor. Here, welcome former MK. Shalom, former MK. No responsibility. Just like a grandpa. Tatiana, thank you so much for everything you do for Aliyah and for unity in the Knesset. We love you. And from there, I want to invite you all to join me in prayer. And today, as always, you know, I think in one of our visits to Dallas, there was Rafael Cruz Pastor Rafael Cruz, and he's an elderly man, and I asked him, "You're a Bible teacher, right? You teach Bible." He says, "Yes, I'm a Bible teacher. I don't teach Bible. Bible teaches me." So I love that, and I'm repeating that. And I want the Bible to teach us. So today I want to share with you, I apologize. Yesterday we spoke about speak on the heart of Jerusalem. Today I want to share with you one word, a word in Hebrew, which is so beautiful. So, so, so beautiful. But before that, I want to invite you to sing with me prayer, Psalm 100. Mizmor leTodah, which means a song of thank. Hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz, which means shout to the Lord, the entire earth. Ivdu et Adonai besimcha, worship God with happiness. Bo'u lefanav birnana. Mizmor leTodah, hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz. Ivdu et Adonai besimcha, bo'u lefanav birnana. דעו כי אדוני הוא אלוהים, הוא עשנו ולא אנחנו, עמו וצאן מרעיתו, בואו שעריו בתודה, חצרותיו בתהילה, הודו לו ברכו שמו, כי טוב אדוני לעולם חסדו, והדור ודור אמונתו. His faithfulness is forever. The word I want to teach you is the first word in that sentence, mizmor. It appears so many times in the book of Psalms, mizmor, which means song, zimra, lezamer, zamru, sing. But there's one time it appears in the book of Genesis in a very strange way, and it's, guys, as I always say, you guys, tough luck. If you want to learn the Bible, learn it in the original language. Meanwhile, you're reading the translations and you're missing out some wonderful things. I'm reading the book of Genesis. I'm reading in the book of Genesis chapter 43. The verse is verse 11. And you're not going to know what I'm talking about because you're reading in English, but I'll read it for you. So we're talking about the brothers of Joseph come back to their father, and he's delaying them from going back to Egypt. And Judah says, "Listen, I'm taking responsibility. Let me go." Finally, he manages to convince his father. And then his father says to him, on verse 11 in Genesis 43, "So Israel, their father, said to them, 'If so, then do this. Take some of the choice products of the lands in your vessels and take down to the man as a gift a little balm, little honey, wax and lotus, pistachios and almonds,'" or peanuts and almonds, I'm not sure exactly. What word am I loving in this sentence? In Hebrew, it's "K'hu lachem mizimrat haaretz." Zimra, take from the songs of the land. What is the connection between the translation here, which is take from here, the choice of products? It's so beautiful. In Hebrew, lezamer, to prune, the tool we use, the pruner, it's called a mazmeira. And what we do is we sing is lezamer. What's the connection between to sing? I know, we're all familiar of the book of Isaiah, who says, taking your pruning herds, your swords and turning them to pruning herds. But some of you are not familiar that in the book of Joel, he talks about the opposite. That Joel says the opposite. Joel, in Joel 4, he says the opposite. He says, take your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Sometimes we have to protect ourselves. But, and this is so beautiful, Zimra. What is Zimra? What is a song? We're going back home after this wonderful prayer breakfast. And what are we going to remember? The long, detailed speeches that we learned, the teachings of the Torah we learned, the prayer, some of them we'll remember, some of them we'll forget. I will definitely remember the wonderful prayer that Michelle Bachman, I don't know where she disappeared to this morning. She's very sick? Oh, so Michelle, we're sending you our prayers for your health, and we love you so much. Yesterday you touched my heart, Michelle. I don't know if you're listening or not. You really surprised me, and I really want to pray to be worthy. So what are we taking? Zimra. And of course, Jacob cannot send to Joseph food because they're going to get food from Joseph. But what he can send, and what does he say? He's going to send some honey and some pistachios as a gift to the man. What does this a gift mean? It's not the basic food. It's something that makes a connection, something that unites. It's the deliciousness, it's the sweetness. That's what we're taking back. As a matter of fact, the word shir, which also means song, is the remainders. What is remaining of what you're taking back? So this word, which also means song, also means the products that when you take that pruner and you improve the tree and make it stronger by giving it an aesthetic song. The trees are actually singing songs. The honey, the peanuts, it's not the food, it's making the connection. Sometimes you serve peanuts at the end of the meal. We're full. So how do you have room? The peanut just means that I enjoy being with you. So ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to tell you how much I so much enjoy being with you all. I so much enjoy the fact that you're all here. And I want to give you the word Zimra as to take it back with you and really hang on to it, because it's the beauty of not only the words, it's the melody, it's the deliciousness, it's the honey of whatever we have here, the song and singing to God. And before I conclude and say thank you all for your wonderful words you said to me and thanking me about what I spoke. Soon my wife will be here. Tell her, don't tell me. She knows the truth about me. But I want to tell one more thing. Before you go back, I know many of you are going back. Those of you who will be here, on Monday morning at 7:15, I will be ascending Temple Mount. People have asked me if they can join me. 7:15 on Monday morning, you're welcome to join me onto Temple Mount. Those who won't be here, those who will be going back, take with you the Zimra, the music, the melody, the good that we improved, the tune with you. And I'm sure, if you go back home, the same person you were when you came here, you wasted the money, you wasted the time. But if you go back home and your heart is filled with the honey and the beauty and the songs, you're wonderful. And one last sentence, right over here we have here the Wallers, who are bringing volunteers to prune the land and to get the land to sing the music. Thank you so much, the Wallers. You're doing a wonderful job. And I love you all, the people who come to pray for the Lord. And one more last thing, Nick. Before you started off, you asked the rabbis to stand up, and then you asked the believers to stand up. I once met a rabbi who's also a believer. You know, some of them are okay, but I love you so much, Nick. You are an inspiration. You are the melody of this whole event. God bless you with so much love that you give to so many people.